What happens to brand new vehicles that never get sold? It's one of the most common questions I get on this channel, and I'm going to tell you today what happens. So as you guys know, there's tons of inventory right now in the United States. Most dealerships are filled to the brim, and they haven't been like this for the last few years, but recently inventory levels have been rising, and we're back to how we were prior to 2020. But the crazy part about it is now dealerships have inventory that is 2023 models and even some 2022 models on their lot. There's a GMC Sierra that's a Harley Davidson package over $100,000 with over a $20,000 discount that's been sitting for years, 2023 and 2022 on the lot right now. And at a Ford dealership, they have a 2023 Black Ops that most of you guys on this channel have seen still on the lot today with over a $20,000 discount. But even some regular cars get stuck. I saw a Renegade, a Jeep Renegade, which was over $40,000, believe it or not. And of course it was a 2023. And the big question is what's going to happen? So there's a few options. Dealerships get stuck with it because the manufacturer allocates the inventory to the dealership, and in the United States, the dealership is that unnecessary middleman that we need to have because there's laws that restrict you from buying directly from the manufacturer. So the manufacturer, like Chevy, allocates it and sells it to a dealership. The dealership then sells it to the public. And so it's the dealership's responsibility, and they're the ones getting stuck with this inventory for 7, 8, 9, even 1,000 days. It's crazy. So the number one thing that people are thinking is, why don't they just discount it to sell it? And it's crazy because a lot of this inventory is 2023, 2022. So when it first came in, inventory levels were super low then, and most dealerships were doing market adjustments, addendum stickers, and they still are doing that today, but a lot of times the market adjustments went away, but then they were doing 10,000, 15,000 on every vehicle just on top of it. And so that 23 was an extra 15 grand then. No one was buying it, and so it just sat there. They said someone's going to come buy it, and they just didn't discount it properly when they had the chance to actually sell it. And now it's old new stock and no one wants to buy that 2023 model, even though you're discounting it now 20 grand. But it's a 2023 Jeep Wrangler that was over 70 grand, and yeah, you're discounting it 20, but it's simply not enough. And you're way too late. And dealerships really would rather sell it for more because they want to make the money. That's their mindset. There's always someone that's going to walk through that door. But hey, they're running out of those people. And so number one, obviously discount it properly. The next thing they can do is send it to auction. The dealership auctions can be kind of tricky because you're dealing with other dealerships that want to make money as well. So it's hard for you to sell it at a high cost. So they know if they send that 2023 brand new vehicle to auction, it's going to sell for pennies on the dollar, and they won't get any of the finance box money. So they screw you over in the finance box, most customers. So they can sell it at auction, but they're not going to get what they want. It's going to be a pretty big loss, and they're just going to have to eat it. But honestly, that's better than just having it sit there for 1, 2, 3, 4 years, it seems like. Another thing they do is they offer a spiff, which is like a bonus to the salesperson, and it's supposed to incentivize them to sell the inventory. It's always offered on old inventory. So 500 days, 700 days old, they start saying, okay, the general manager in the meeting, in the Saturday meeting, will say, hey, we got $1,000, a $2,000, a $3,000 spiff, which is on top of your commission that you're already going to make when you sell this car. That's how bad we want to get it out. So what is that going to do? That's going to incentivize the salesperson to grab that car instead of another one. And trust me, customers walk in, they just signed the dotted line, they pulled the car up, it's brand new, even though, hey, it's a 23, but we're giving you a big discount. But hey, it's been sitting for years. Think about the tires, this, that. Have they changed any of the oil? It's been sitting for years. So they offer that spiff, and sometimes that can actually work. That incentivizes the salesperson, shows the customer, da-da-da-da-da, and they ended up getting it sold. And there's really one other option. They can use it as a service loaner, even a demo. So if you work at a dealership and you're management or you're the general manager, you're going to get to drive a vehicle for your personal use, and they can use that. And a lot of times it is the higher expensive trucks that have the packages, so they can be like, hey, or the EVs that are 150 grand, the Hummers that get stuck there for a year or two. So like, hey, put a dealer plate on it. I'll drive it around as my loaner for a little while, and we'll sell it with 7 or 10,000 miles. It is what it is. So a lot of times they do that as well. But it's crazy to see brand new cars sitting for so long, and there's only a few things they can do. But overall, they're stuck with it right now. And the big question is, how can they get stuck with this so long? And it's debt. They're running on debt. They have financed their inventory, and that vehicle is the one they have to pay off. Once it's been there a year, they pretty much paid it off if they haven't already before then, because they only get 90 days, 60 days interest free, the dealership, on their floor plan. After that, they're going to pay the whole car off normally just to get it off their floor plan and not pay crazy amounts of interest if they actually have the money to pay these vehicles off, because again, 120, 130, that's a lot of money to throw around paying off these vehicles that are just sitting doing nothing. And then you guys already know about the maintenance issues, not changing the oil, not the tires, not moving it around. It's not a good situation for these vehicles that have been sitting for years. So let me know what you think about this. A lot of people ask the question, what happens to brand new cars that never get sold? Now you know. Let me know what you think. Have a great day and stay blessed.